This week, Lawrence watches our episode while being a giant bug-eyed chameleon while watching the first episode of Dance in the Vampire Bund. Welcome to One Shot Review. Oh, wow. I fucked that up. Welcome, everyone, to One Shot Reviews. I'm Chris. Lawrence is here. What's up?
What's going on, guys? What's good? What's good?
Dance in the Vampire Bund. Great. Lawrence, dude, hold on one sec. I can't record with this chair, so give me 1 sec.
Why? What's wrong? Oh,
we're just gonna do that real quick. We're just gonna. Oh, there we go. Woo.
It's not a flex at all.
That's nice. What were we talking about? What's up?
That was a light flex. That was a light flex.
Dude, I got the KDA Titan Secret Labs chair. Oh,
that's
lit. Beautiful. I put it together right before you texted me to tell you you're ready to record. I was like, let me do the reveal on the show.
At some point I definitely need to grab one of those because everybody uses those. All the league players all use Secret Lab chairs. I'm like, nah, I need to get one of them shits, bro.
Dude, this is a league custom KDA chair. Check it out. Wait, it's got the. Hold on. I think you can't see it.
Oh, I see it. KDA right there. Yep.
And it's also got a Kali's dragon on the back of it, which is dope.
I did see that right before you pulled it over. That's fire.
I figured, you know what? Lawrence has been watching the Worlds for the past couple of weeks. Let me flex on him with this chair I've had in storage for 8 months.
Hey, the group stages are over.
Ooh.
On Friday is when the last 8 teams.
Ooh,
one of these 8 teams is winning Worlds, and it starts on Friday at 8 in the morning with T1 versus Hanwha Life. So
hell yeah. I will be listening to it at work. It's gonna be great.
About to be lit. Have you been watching anything recently?
The Demon Slayer season 2.
Fuck, I do. Fuck.
I need to watch the second episode. I'm gonna do that tonight. Kami Can't Communicate started a couple weeks ago. I need to start watching that. I haven't started yet. That's it. That's all I got. It's been I've been watching this Netflix show. What's it called? The Movies That Made Us, and it's like 45-minute like documentaries on like old it was like Dirty Dancing, Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, like just how those movies were like made and shit like that. But not like it's like like the people that wrote it and the company that backed it and like all the like oh my god, are we going to be able to make it on this budget? The studio wants us to like cut $10 million. How are we going to do that? Like all that kind of shit. Pretty cool stuff you don't normally hear about. So I've been watching that.
I feel like I've seen it. I've been scrolling Netflix. I've been scrolling Netflix a lot lately, trying to find some. Honestly, man, I feel like I'm very picky now on like shit that I want to watch. Like I be wanting to watch stuff, but I just can't I can't settle on anything or nothing.
Did you watch the Jake Gyllenhaal movie? Did you watch that?
I did, actually.
What'd you think?
I did.
Did you like it?
I liked it up until that twist, man.
Oh, you didn't like the twist?
Well, actually, wait. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
But still, okay. I liked it. I mean, it was good. It was cool. It was a good movie. All right, cool. Because Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a good actor. Okay, yeah, cool. Right. After that, outside of that, once I realized it was one of those movies where we're in one location the whole movie, I was like, okay, this is one of those movies.
You thought it was gonna be like he was gonna run out and like try and find her,
or at least like we would get to. They would show other stuff. Right. We would at least get to see other stuff. And then when I realized, okay, I get it. It was like, I get it. But I was like, okay, that kind of like took it a little. I was just like, all right. It just took it down a notch. And then the twist, I was like, okay. That didn't blow my socks off though. I was just like, Okay.
Right.
I was just like, okay, like to me, it wasn't like, oh, yo, that's fire. I wasn't like, it was just kind of like, okay.
Right.
So the opening scene they use to like promote flicks, you're like, oh shit, yo, this sounds like it's about to be fire.
Right.
Then when you watch it, I was just like, okay. So we're here the whole time.
Got it.
This whole phone conversation. I don't want to say it. So it was all right. I didn't think it was bad. Mm-hmm. It just I thought it was gonna be better.
Got it. Okay.
But you know, Jake's still my guy though. I started. Oh man, I don't know how many times I've done this, and I don't mean with this specific manga. I just mean when I read mangas in general. So I picked back up Berserk because I never finished Berserk.
I need to finish. So
I was like, yo, Lawrence, stop playing. So I was like, yo, stop playing. Because I told myself after Berserk, I was gonna read JJK. Because I feel like JJK's getting crazy. So I'm gonna read that shit. I want to read
JJK so bad, but I want to wait till the box set comes out. Because when he's done with it, they're gonna make an ill fucking box set.
He is done.
Yeah, well, so I want to wait till like the.
Oh, but you want to buy it?
Yeah, because do
you own Berserk?
I own.
By the way,
you remember the giant fucking black book I showed you?
Yeah,
I have the first 3 of those, and there's like 10 or something. So I've read.
There's 300 something chapters in Berserk. I think 380 or 60 something.
And I forget how many are in those big black books, but I've read the 3 that I have. So I've read those.
Do you know which chapters those go up to? Because I'm on.
Fuck if I know.
Because I'm on chapter. You know, this is what I was saying at the beginning. I was like, I hate when I do this. I read all the way up to chapter, I think 180 something months ago. Then I just like, sometimes reading manga, you take a break, and then that break turns into you stop reading it.
Yep.
Then when you pick it up again, you're like, fuck, where'd I leave off? You end up going back and reading mad stuff. Then you're like, damn, I already read this because I remember that this happened. That happened to me. So I went back to that's it. I hate when that happens. I'm like, yo, that happened with Bleach too. Oh, but I went back to like 160 something, and I was like, I remember this. So I read all the way back. So now I'm back up to like 187. Now I'm writing it down. I'm like, yo, why didn't you write it down in the first place? Like, well, guys, pro tip. When you're reading manga, write down where you left off just in case you don't come back to it for a long time and you forget. Because then you're going to be mad at yourself. Well, some people like to refresh their memory.
Right. Well, so that's why I buy the actual mangas. Because I'm like,
you can just throw a bookmark in that bitch.
Well, I just read the whole book at once, and then I'm like, okay, where am I? Oh, I'm at the book I don't have yet. Let me go buy it.
Okay, that works too. That works too.
But I can usually read like the manga book in like 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how big it is. And then
that's how long I be reading the shits too. I be before I go to bed.
And if I buy like a whole bunch of them at once, like let's say. Like I buy like Demon Slayer, if I were to buy the whole collection, I would just turn the ones that I haven't read upside down. So then I know those are the ones I haven't read. So if you look at like when I had my bookshelf set up, I had a bunch that were normal, and then all the ones that were upside down were like, oh, he hasn't read those yet.
Okay.
Nice and easy.
I definitely want to purchase the whole Berserk set. No, I have to.
You got
it. I have to buy the whole
And you got to get them those black books that I got. Because those shits are tough.
Yeah, those are fire. Are they? Yeah, I haven't bought mangas in a long time. Are they expensive?
The black ones are $50, but it's because it's like 3 mangas in one. It's not just like, and a regular manga is like $12. If you buy them from Right Stuff Anime, though, everything is wholesale price because they give us deals. So like a $12 manga you get for like $9, and the $50 Berserk thing you get for like $37. It's Right Stuff Anime, one word, but the stuff has 1 F. That's where I get.
Yeah, already. Yeah, you told me about. This is where.
That's where I get.
They have clothes too.
They sell clothes. Yeah, they sell any. If it's Japanese, they sell it. So you can buy like 1980s Japanese horror movie from them. They have it. wanna know how I know? I got it in a fucking blind box I bought from him somewhere over there. They got mad shit. Right Stuff Anime, sponsor us, please.
Oh my god.
They got dog. They just emailed me today actually because my pre-order figure that I bought is on the way. It finally came out.
39, yeah, you should like 12. How much if I wanted to buy the whole shit though? Volume 33. Yo, there's mad volumes.
There's mad of them. But yeah, everything's like discounted no matter what. And then I'm obviously a member to the site because, you know, I suck. And I think you get like an extra 5% off on top of that. So that's cool. But yeah, they are dope.
So yeah, I've been reading Berserk again. Before I go to sleep, I try and read a couple, maybe 10 chapters. Mm-hmm. I've been looking. I'm trying to find motherfucking the link online. Did you go see it with your mom?
I was thinking about going tonight.
Oh,
we saw Halloween Kills.
The new Jason movie.
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. Is that good? Yo, I feel like every year they come out with a new remake or some shit. I feel like every year there's a new one.
So the last one that came out was in 2018. This one literally takes place right at the end of that film. It's like literally like the last film ends with them like burning down a house, and this movie starts with a shot of that house on fire and them like leaving it.
Okay.
And then I guess next year in October they're having another one, and it's going to be a sequel to this one, but it's supposed to be like the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was all right. It was okay. I mean, same shit, different story. It's like it's like Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. She's old. It's like a continuation storyline of the last one, but you know, Mike Myers runs around and kills people.
Yeah.
That's it. They were fucking gruesome in this, dude. At the beginning, he goes ham, and he's like, it's not anymore where he just like stabs him with a knife. It's like, dog, he's ripping heads off. He's fucking breaking people's necks and backs and shit.
He's going crazy.
Oh yeah, he went crazy in this one.
Well, man, I've been trying to find a link, the streaming link for that Land movie. They did a good job at protecting that shit. I cannot find a link anywhere.
I think I'm either gonna go see it.
I've been trying to get a torrent.
Jeez, Lawrence is gonna download LimeWire all over again.
They done protected that shit, bro. I re-downloaded uTorrent and then shit started popping up on my computer. I'm like, nope, delete, bro. Nah,
Lawrence I don't know. Like, all right, I need to go back to the Pirate Bay, get that shit.
I went to Pirate Bay. Bro. This, like, yo, you're literally saying everything I did. I went to Pirate Bay. It's not on Pirate Bay. I'm like, how is it not on Pirate
Bay? A24, dog.
I'm like, yo, they don't play. So
I think I'm either gonna see it Thursday night or Saturday night.
The thing, yo, that movie's only an hour and a half. I was kind of shocked by that. Yeah. Because normally, nowadays, short movies are 2 hours. Yeah, I feel like 2 hours is the normal now. Like, a movie is 2 hours. That's normal. If it's not 2 hours, I'm skeptical. Like, is it good? Low key, like hour and a half movies, that was a couple of years ago. Like, movies were an hour and a half. Like, now every film, it's like 2 hours long. If it's not 2 hours long, you're like, damn, this was short. Like, no, it was an hour and a half. That's what we grew up on, was an hour and a half. Movies were an hour and a half we grown up.
It would be like 80 to 90 minutes, and that was it.
Exactly. Like, so I seen that movie was an hour and a half. I was like, damn, that's kind of short. You know, I'm like, you could, but yeah. Oh, news. Mob Psycho season 3 is coming out. I actually think I might check that out.
I need to start watching it.
I think I'm going to start watching it because Bethany always advocated for Mob Psycho. She said that it was a very good show.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a good show, and a lot of people love it. And it's made by the dude who made One Punch Man, so I know it's going to be good. I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. That might be the next show that I check out because I've heard a lot of good things about that show. So I don't know exactly when season 3 comes out, but yeah, it's coming out.
But Lawrence, you know what time it is?
Time to dive into this.
A dance in the Vampire Bund.
In the Vampire Bund.
Lawrence, do you know what a bund is?
I have no fucking idea at all. None at all.
It's like an embankment. It's just a.
I don't know what an embankment is either. Is that like a ceremony or like a?
No. Okay.
I've heard that word before, but I don't know what the fucking embankment is.
It's like a It's like it's just like a structure that prevents shit from coming in and out, but not like a wall or anything. It's like you would put it up around something to prevent like it would be like, oh, I'm gonna build this little wall to keep water from coming in and water going out, but I could build a
a bank, mound, dike, or the like raised to hold back water, carry a roadway, etc. The action of embanking. Okay.
Yeah. But there you go.
Okay. So, A Dance in the Vampire Bund.
Hell yeah.
Is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Nozomu Tamaki. The manga was serialized between 2005 and 2012, and the 12-episode anime television series produced by Shaft was aired in 2010. Hell yeah. It falls under the action, dark fantasy, and psychological horror genres, and the plot follows the emergence of vampires into the human world and explores how fear on both sides changes the world's status quo as they come into conflict with those who desire peace. In June 2015, it was announced that the anime was one of the 38 anime and manga titles that had been blacklisted by the Chinese Ministry of Culture, making the distribution of it in any form illegal.
Hell yeah.
Why?
I'll explain later. I'll explain why we watched. Why I don't want to. There's a reason why.
China is. They can't even show blood on television. So there's a lot of stuff that can't be in China. So
there's like a really good reason for this show particularly. Like why I can understand. America almost didn't they almost heavily censored this show for American viewers. I'll explain why in a little bit. But
okay, that's kind of interesting. Now I'm like, all right.
Well, when I tell you why, you'll be like, "They what?"
So okay,
you'll be like, "Wait, this show?"
Okay,
yeah.
I get okay. It's probably just some go left shit, some shit. No, you're not expecting. That's just like, whoa.
But let's see. I have a list in front of me of all the things that are banned in China. I've actually seen most of this shit too. High School of the Dead is banned. Parasite.
I can tell. I already feel like
Afro
I know why that
Samurai. That's banned. Sword Art Online 2 is banned. Attack on Titan.
Never mind, I take it never. What?
Yeah, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Psycho-Pass, Elfen Lied. They say the titles have been banned because
I get it. I get it. Oh, wait. Let me ask you this, because I can feel like I can tell a theme from a lot of the stuff you just mentioned. There's a lot of gore and blood, and Attack on Titan, Elfen Lied. What else did you say? There's those
Corpse
are like
Party. Devil May Cry.
Walk of the Dead, the High School of the Dead. I feel like that has what's it called in it?
There's a shit ton of blood and gore in that. Blood Sea is the only one I would look at this list and be like, I'm surprised it's only in China that they banned this shit. Blood Sea is fucked up, dog. I hope we get it for next week because that show is fucked. I don't know. Have you seen the clip of the bunny?
Did.
Yeah,
you did. So that I already know that. I know, because you said that to me. You were like, bro, watch that shit, and I was like, what the fuck?
So I can understand why that show got banned, but so the titles have been banned because according to officials, they includes scenes of violence, pornography, terrorism, and crimes against public morality that could potentially incite minors to commit such acts, and that's why they're banned. So they don't want people they don't want people to watch that shit and then go, oh, I'm gonna do that, you know. So
I watched this, that, and the third, and that's why.
And then I got that idea to go run around naked in the streets eating people like they do on Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's why I said that. I was like, okay, I can already tell kind of where this is going.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you think of this show?
All right, dude, I'm so mad. Abby's moving in with me. God damn it, Abby! Because she's moving in with me, I had to put all my manga in storage just because I just don't have the room for all of it in here. If she's moving in, I have every single volume of Dance in the Vampire Bund. Because I fucking love that manga. It's actually one of my favorites. The show,
this is just 12 episodes, right?
Yeah, it's only 12 episodes. Just 12 episodes. And it definitely starts off a lot different than the manga. A lot. But like the show was like,
is the manga more gory?
Yeah.
The first episode, is it more?
The first episode is not. The first volume, I don't know where the fuck they got this game show idea bullshit that the show is, but that's not how the manga starts at all.
Okay.
Like you know when the reporter asks the kid and he's like, "Hey, do you blah blah," and then she stops for a second. She's like, "Oh, do you remember that scene?"
Yes, I do.
The manga starts with him doing a secret ops mission. I'm pretty sure. So, and then the anime was like, "Yo, game show, check it." So
okay.
Yeah, the show. It's like when TV shows go, "Hey, we're gonna do an adaptation of this book, but just so you know, it's based off of it. It's not gonna follow the book." It's like this is what the show did essentially. The show was like, "Hey, we're gonna adapt it, but we're gonna kind of do like our own thing, but keep all the same themes and characters and stuff. We're gonna change some shit around." That's what the show did.
Okay.
So I don't really like the show. I'm gonna tell you right now. Manga, fucking dope. Manga's dope. They fight Dracula at the end of it. It's sick. Although I did find it interesting how they introduced the idea of vampires in this show, because when you start watching it, it felt like a 90s ghost hunting TV show.
Yes, it did.
And I thought that was a really cool way than the normal, here's our hero, he wakes up today. Oh no, monsters. I'm now the chosen one. I have to fight this was a cool way of like, hey, what if we did a game show and it's about vampire attacks and shit like that. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I used to remember skipping school in the 4th grade and fucking watching this kind of stupid television all day long.
So
you know, that's what this felt like.
And Jerry Springer, I was at the crib watching them joints.
You are not the father. The girl's just crying. She's like, "Yo," and he's like, "Fuck you, I'm not the dad." And I'm like, what is happening? And my little like 12-year-old brain eating cereal at like 1 in the afternoon. Like, I'm like, this is peak television right here. Nothing is better than this.
Yo, because I definitely could have watched that with my mom. So when I'm somewhere else, I'm into that shit. Like, yeah, this show is lit.
You're always eating cereal, and then he's like, "You are, sir, you are," and you're like, "Not the fuck," and then you're like, "Oh, oh!" You're like,
the
"Oh,
lie
shit."
detector test determined
and then
that was a lie. You're like.
You got milk flying everywhere and shit. That's what this felt like, and it was great.
It did. It 100% did feel like that. Yeah, it did.
So it was nice having that little nostalgia kick for it. So that was nice. And then they're just going through. They got like the experts on the show. It's like, do you think vampires are real? And then they keep cutting back to that little girl in the thing who's from Romania. And then you get the dude that's in, like, they ask the guy the question, and the reporter's like, "Oh, you're so," which is weird how they did that, and then they never address that for the rest of the episode. But hey, whatever. That's an episode 2 plot line, I guess. And then they have like the queen show up, and she's like, "We are vampires, ah." And then you find out later that she's not the queen; it was the little girl all along. And she cried when the boy was like, vampires aren't real, and you see her crying her little fangs, and you're like, she's a vampire. Yeah, it was good. It was all right. It's not as good as the manga at all, but it's still interesting. You get the weird chameleon vampire. That's the one thing I didn't like, was that weird chameleon design where he's like, I'm a vampire, and then you think he's gonna transform into like the Rock for a second, and you're like, oh shit, and then he's like, bleh, and he's a fucking.
I was not expecting that.
And then he's got like the fucking lizard chameleon eyes, and he's like, bleh, and you're like, what the what?
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that.
You're like, oh, I guess these are vampires, giant lizards.
You know, that the one thing that I thought about that part, I was like, oh, okay. I feel like that's a theme that mangas do, is that they'll take something that is like widely known and they'll make it
their own.
Yeah. So they'll make it, all right, boom. So we're thinking like, oh, vampires all have to look like this.
Right.
It's like, nah. They took vampires and now it has different tiers of vampires. Like, these vampires might look like this. These vampires look like this. I'm trying to think of a manga that does that. This shit is bothering me because I'm like, fuck. What mangas do that? But I know that that's a theme. Like,
it definitely
everyone
is. A lot of
thinks these look like this, but the manga was like, nah, we're gonna make these monsters that everyone think is supposed to look like this look completely like they look like this now. But that kind of makes it iller, because the ill one, Demon Slayer. Like Demon Slayer, you're thinking like,
tiers. You got like the upper moons and the lower moons. Yeah, and then the regular demons.
You know, like they look like humans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they look like humans, but they all look different once you get to see their true forms. You're like, oh, you think like, oh, all demons are gonna look like this? Like, nah.
And that's what happened here. He was like, he was the star. Another thing I loved about the game show thing was they had fucking ads like in the thing, which was so funny. I was like, damn, I'm really 7 right now. Holy shit. They're like, we have the vampire arm encased in this gel, and then the girl's like, brought to you by this pharmaceutical I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yo, she did say that. Yes.
And then, but yeah, they had
the gel. Yeah, the gel was sponsored by this pharmaceutical company. Yeah.
And then they had the movie where like the dude. So you find out the vampire was like the star of the movie. And I actually thought it was cool where like you're like, but he has 2 arms, and he rips the fake skin off. It's actually like a robot arm. And then he like fucking rips it off and reattaches his arm. So that was kind of cool.
I thought he was going to be an important character. Apparently, I don't think he was. I thought he was going to be more important.
No,
because it just made him seem that way. Like he was the cool guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I guess he's going to be like in that.
Nah. Spoiler: he's definitely not important.
Nah.
Nah. But like you were saying though, there are tiers of vampires, because remember the queen? She was like, there's the royal family, then the 3 family descendants, and then their descent, and then like the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
And this dude's so insignificant. Like the reason why he's been killing so much is because we didn't even fucking know his presence existed.
Flaming him.
Dude, she was flaming that guy. Talking mad, and she knew it was him too.
Yeah,
and she was
did.
Still talking mad shit.
She did that on purpose. Yeah, she's doing that on purpose. I think
that was great.
I thought she did that to make him mad, so that he would do what he did.
Yeah, which is 100% what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out at the end the little girl is actually, she's the queen, and like a fight breaks out and they all go to the roof, and you find out that she actually wants all humans to now know vampires exist, and she points to a bund out in the bay, and she's like, and we're all gonna live there, and we're all gonna integrate into society, we're gonna coexist, and we're all gonna fucking live over there. And then she's like, and now I'm gonna go kill this motherfucker, and then episode 1 ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
This first episode, it didn't catch you? I didn't really think anything of it. I guess like I was just like, the whole game show thing
was weird.
But you just said it's not like the manga.
Literally,
so I feel like the anime slaughtered this, because I was like not really like.
Dude, literally though, like you open the first page of the manga and it's the guy the reporter was talking to, and I'm just like, oh, so it's not a game show. Got it.
I noticed that was a thing because they made that a scene.
Yeah.
Like they made that a scene, and then he seemed like, oh,
well, you know
caught
how
off guard, and then it just like the scene ends and like he walks away. I was like,
but you know how he's like,
So
how he's like, vampires don't exist, and then it cuts to the girl's face and she's crying.
You can see her little teeth.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So on the roof when she talks to the three dudes and she's like, "Not now, Wolf. I gotta go do this thing."
Okay.
That's a hint. Wolf, not now. What else are there other than vampires? There's the other creature.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Read the manga. It's better than the show. Essentially, that boy and her are lovers, so that's why she cried when he said that, because she's like, "What do you mean I'm not a real piece of shit?"
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't think this first episode did this justice.
It's like when Hollywood was like, "Yo, check it, Dragon Ball Z movie coming your way," and we're all like, "Oh yeah." And they're like, "But don't worry, it's gonna be a little different because obviously we gotta change stuff up for America." And then you watch that movie and you go, "What the fuck did you guys do? Piccolo's just a man that you painted green. What the fuck is this? You didn't even try. I don't even think you painted him green. I think you just put hue green on this man in post. What the fuck? Why is Goku white? What the fuck?"
Yo. Yeah. I haven't watched that, and I don't think I ever will.
Lawrence, your life is better than mine simply because you have not had the displeasure of watching that fucking movie. That movie literally ruined my life. It was just, oh man. But yeah, no, the show, this is one of the rare instances where I can proudly say, read the manga instead. It is so much better. The storyline's so much doper. The reason why this was banned, it's very violent, blah, 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 but little girl is in love with the guy. Little girl, fun fact, isn't actually a little girl. She's like fucking, I don't know, 1,200 years old or something.
You know how vampires do, man.
Yeah.
They're all like thousands of years old.
But there's a reason why she's actually looks like a child. Like something happened to her that stopped her from growing up. And it's like a huge plot line in the thing. So it's like China was like, yeah, we can't have a fucking little girl running around. And they're like, dude, she looks like she's sick. She can't be having fucking this guy. You can't
doing adult things.
Yeah. They were like, no, we're not gonna put that on TV. What the fuck?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So yeah, but no, yeah, there's a reason why she's tiny and not big. It's actually like the main plot line of the thing. I don't want to ruin it, but so yeah.
Okay. So what would you? Can we get into ratings, or is there more?
Dude,
what would you rate the first episode?
C-, D+, low. I give this low, which sucks because, like I said, I fucking love the manga. I actually read the manga. Like I was at Barnes and Noble one day, and I was like, oh, vampires! I like vampires, and I just bought it, like the very first volume, read it, and I went, yo, this shit's dope. Read the whole fucking thing, and then found out there was the anime, and I was like, oh, I bet the anime's fire. Watched it, and I went, this fucking blows. What the fuck? This is bullshit.
I would say, the exact same score that you said.
Yeah,
I would have gave it a C, but then to me, C means average.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to think like, oh, this is like an average first episode. I just think, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was the game show. Yeah. I think the game show kind of just the way, if they did a different way of, well, and the fact that, vampires are a very saturated market.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do a show about vampires, it got to be something that
they got to sparkle,
50
dog.
million billion times.
They got to be sparkling in Seattle, fighting werewolves for love.
like it gotta be something. If it's about vampires, man, the most
hook me, dude.
Famous fictional monster ever created. Like,
you gotta make it fucking. It
gotta
crazy.
be something that's fire. Like, and then they threw the game show in there, and I was just like, okay. I mean, it was cool, the guests that they had, and like, but just the way that they introduced, like, we're vampires, and this is how we're. With a game show, I was like, "Yo, you guys, this could have been so much better."
I feel like if this was a movie and they started the movie off like this, it would have been fine. But when you take into account it's a TV show, so in real life they aired this one episode, and then you had to wait a week to watch episode 2.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like
the whole episode was about that. If it was a movie. That's an hour.
Because it would have kept
hour
going.
and 30 minutes. That's like 3 or 4 episodes.
Right.
Then there'd be more to explain. I'm sure if I watched more, I probably would. It would be better than this first episode. But for the first episode being like this, I was just like, I was sitting there the whole time like this.
Yeah. I was just bored until the last 2 minutes. And then even then I was like,
yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah, I'm like, that's cool that you went with the whole like vampires aren't just vampires, you can turn into other creatures, I guess. But
I agree. That concept, I was like, okay. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna have to say the same.
It's just a C-, B+, fucking saturated market. So you gotta have like
it gotta jump off the screen.
I'm telling you. The manga, beautiful. The show,
so yeah, man, check out the manga, guys. Then, like, if you're into vampires, a lot of people are into vampires. Like, so
and they just started a sequel. Just started out for the thing, so I need to start reading the sequel. That's how you know it's good.
Okay,
it's technically the 4th sequel. They had like the main series, and then 2 spin-off sequels, and then this is like another spin-off sequel. So it's doing good. People are buying the manga and reading it.
Okay.
So there's that. So yeah.
So yeah, guys.
That's
it. What we have on that. Okay, yo, we're gonna have to turn that into a thing. We're gonna have to turn that into a that was sometime that might be a disclaimer that we might have to throw in at the end of some episode.
I'll get like a graphic.
This is a read, don't watch anime. Like this one's a read, don't watch because the anime.
I'll get a fucking graphic so I can click a button and it like stamps it across the screen. Read, don't watch.
Read, don't watch.
Jeez.
All right, so what do we got for next week?
All right, we're gonna go to the Wheel of Fortune. I'm gonna share my screen with you. There you go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost every single show that's on this wheel right now is banned in China. So there you go. I'm actually really surprised they didn't ban Future Diary. I'm going to be real with you. I figured that would definitely be one of the ones that would get banned. But everything else is banned, so I think Shiki isn't banned. I think Shiki isn't banned either, but oh god, I hope we don't get Shiki. Ugh.
For my color, because it's October, I'm going with yellow, but the show I'm doing Devilman Cry.
Okay, I'll go with. All right, you do yellow, Devilman. I'm gonna go with red, but I'm gonna pick Blood Sea because I really want us to do that. All right, you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
Spin that wheel. Dun, 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 dun. Damn it, it's not gonna be Blood Sea. Oh. No.
Okay.
Future Diary. Dun dun dun. No points for anyone, I think.
No points for anyone.
Red.
So he said this was supposed to be banned. He's surprised this wasn't banned in China, so that already kind of gives us an idea of
correct
how this might go.
It's just a really violent show. Brandon loves this show.
Okay.
I didn't like the ending, but everything else was fine.
Okay.
I think I think it's a good show. The ending is just like, damn. I feel like we could have had a better ending. This one's fine, but we could have gotten we definitely could have. Like, I'm okay with this ending, but damn, dog, you definitely could have written a better ending.
Yeah. But, okay. All right. Well, you heard it here, guys.
Future Diary.
We got Future Diary next week. This should be a doozy. We're watching a show that should be banned somewhere, and that always adds a coating of excitement to it. So
there you go.
That would be the last October special.
Hell yeah.
I mean, all these are still probably going to be on our list in general.
For sure.
This month we were just doing that October special, so that would be the last October special show.
Are there Thanksgiving fucking animes? There's got to be an anime out there that has a Thanksgiving scene in it, right? Is there?
I feel like there is.
Thanksgiving anime.
I feel like there is.
9 anime you can watch with your family on Thanksgiving. I hope this is not a real list and it just fucking trolls us. Nope, never mind. It's definitely... I mean, fuck, we already did Food Wars. I would have been like, Food Wars, but we already did that. Damn.
True.
That would have been the good one. I'll figure it out. There's a bunch of other food-themed things. But,
okay.
Alrighty, everyone.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate that.
And have a good Halloween. Woo!